Mic check, mic check. Let's see what we got in here. All right. What's good in the neighborhood, people? Let's see. Get some of you guys more in here. Let's talk about Mr. Skip. What up, Pedro? What up, Fender Lokes? Let me know how the sound quality is coming through. Hope everybody's well. ¿Cómo andas? Aquí ando, carnal. Todo bien, todo bien. I can't complain, hombre. I can't complain. Ramon, ¿qué dices? Make sure I'm not too much over here real quick. Let me see how this angle is. Let me get out the shot real quick. So I need a little bit more. Give me 1 second, people. That's a little bit better. What's good? What's good? What's good? Man, we're gonna talk about Skip today, man. Happy New Year's from East Texas. What's up, East Texas? They're just using this to try to cancel Skip. That's what some people are saying, homeboy. I don't know about that though, man. I think Skip's got something coming. Get some more people in the building, and then we'll get to rocking and rolling. So I figured this damn thing out exactly. Let me try something else while I'm here, sitting here waiting for you, Vato Locos. Scene? Yeah, let's do scene. Add. Create new. Chala tamales, it's not letting me. Alright, it is what it is. Come on, give me some more of that music. Shoot. There we go. About to break the 100, and then we'll start getting going, man. What's Skip? Has he always been an idiot? Yeah, somewhat, man. Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. Oh, I'm loving it, Pedro. I'm loving it, man. Having fun with it. I'm just trying to figure out these damn comments so far, man. I gotta. It's weird. I gotta have the picture big, but then you can't see yourself. But then again, I don't have to see myself. So who knows, man. So let's get this thing in here real quick. I love the music. Put you back up there. Where is my comments? Let me get my comments back up here. There you go. Watching from El Salvador. What's up, Raider Casco? All right, people. So let's just get this thing in now, man. What's up, Nikki? So, unless I mean, you completely don't follow sports, follow the news, or even watch any kind of news, you may not know what it is. But I think most people know. Demar Hamlin. Yesterday's NFL game. You know what? Before I keep going, I need to plug in my Wi-Fi, homie, because now I might go out. Hold on. So we're back. The Ethernet is good to go. All right, people. So, yeah, like I was saying, this happened yesterday. I'm sure everybody's seen it on the news. It's something that's a lot of people are talking about, and I believe rightfully so, man. You had Demar Hamlin. go for a tackle, which looked like it didn't officially look like any really hard hit, but apparently, the guy got hit in the chest, like at a perfect moment of with his heart, and the doctors explain it. And long story short, this young man at 24 years old suffered seems like a massive heart attack in on the field yesterday at the Buffaloes game in Bengals. He he was given a CPR. I think they had to shock him back to life. So apparently his heart stopped beating. So technically the guy pretty much died. This was at yesterday's game, and the game was canceled. And I believe that Skip, in his all his wisdom, which we'll look at it now. Let's go through it, because some people believe that Skip's getting a raw deal, that it's not a big deal, So let's read again. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This is late in the season. A game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome. And then people are saying this is where it's the difference whether he meant bad or yet, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Some people are saying that when he put that part of which suddenly seems so irrelevant, that's what made it where he was trying to say that, we shouldn't even be talking about the game being canceled. However, I saw his apology, and his apology had nothing to do with what his statement was. I didn't hear anything of that. He went on some rant on some other way out stuff, and Skip is known for saying some way out stuff. Everybody knows this. His co-host didn't even show up today for the show. So what I want to do is I want to start taking some phone calls here. A little bit. I want to start taking some phone calls here and see what what the fans got to say, man. Is Skip back to his trolling shit? Is he was he really sincere? Does he really care? To me, there's some people that even I posted on IG, right? And on YouTube. And of course you get the killers of the year, the ones who be taking all the bodies on Call of Duty. Oh, Gil, you're just being soft. You're being a snowflake. No, man. Listen, it's one thing for somebody to get like injury that is like a career-ending injury where somebody breaks a leg, breaks an arm, something that you can still see them coming off the field. They may be in agony and pain, but they're going to live from it. They're not going to die from it. For right now, we don't know that. And to try to have those guys as distraught as they were to continue and play the game just so the masses can be happy and people can sit there and watch their team play. No, if that was like in a boxing match, I can understand because there's other fights behind it. Even a UFC, if somebody got hurt and they got to get taken out, that's a fight. That's something that I can see getting taken out. But in a game like that in football, no, man. I think that should have been stopped. Let's see who we got calling in. Calling from the beauty salon. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening? Talk to me.
I'm calling for the Skip thing.
Yeah, shoot.
So I don't think anybody. I think I on your post, I that's what I put that class. He has no class. He's never had class ever since the LeBron thing. Russell Westbrook. He disrespected his kids. He's gone off on every single athlete, and the guy's never even played a day of his life.
I agree. I think Skip is Skip, and this time he kind of put his foot in his mouth, and then he's trying to backpedal. But I don't know if there's backpedaling from this. I don't know how he's gonna come out through this.
He didn't apologize. He didn't even apologize. Once addressed the actual the what he actually said. He didn't apologize not once. He didn't even.
I agree.
Say anything about it. He just went off and did what a lot of these. How could I call them without disrespecting anybody? What a lot of the man does, and they will never accept anything. They rather put it on everybody else. But he didn't apologize, and this is bigger than the game. Fuck the game. Fuck the game. This guy is somebody's kid, or somebody's son, somebody's brother. He's only 24, man.
Yeah, he's a kid.
I never called in, but I know about sports, and this one hit home when you put that Skip thing. I was already thinking about that, and I'm glad you did that because this is bigger than the game. This is somebody's kid, man.
Uh,
For him to not to be that insensitive and say, "Oh, what about the game?" Like, fuck the game, dude.
I agree, but
Fuck the
you
game.
know there is a good handful of people who believe I saw some people telling me, oh, somebody died in the '92 game after a heart attack, something. But
Yeah,
do we
yeah.
not
That's
evolve as people? Do we not say no, man? We're not gonna let people get killed just so you can be entertained.
that's what it is. That's what that is. They want to be entertained. They don't want to. They don't want to just stop the game and say, well, it's somebody's kid. Fuck it, let's keep playing. The playoffs are on. And somebody else said that on ESPN. He said people are worried about their fantasy football. It's gonna fuck up their fantasy football.
Yeah.
That's what they're worried about. And the gambling, especially now with the gambling, people are worried about this. They're worried about, like, what about my picks? And they're not thinking about someone's kid or someone's son, or they don't give a shit. That's what it just comes down to, is that they do not care. And the '92 is different from this, because this was a hit, and like you said, it's so isolated, and the way it happened, it's like one in and I don't know how many million. But I saw the breakdown with the doctor on YouTube, and he said the same thing. Like, it had to be timed perfect for that to happen with the hit and the heart attack. So this is so different than that '92 one. This is different, and yeah, we do have to evolve. This is not just a game. This is life. It's not a game.
Exactly.
And that's all I got to say on that. And I'm praying for them. I'm praying for their family, and I'm praying for those people. I'm praying for the people that are saying that shit, because that means they got some type of evil. I've done some way out shit, but never like that. I cannot say, fuck it. The guy's in a stretcher. They had to pump his fucking heart back to life like that. I pray for them, and I pray for the family. And you know what? Keep your shit going too, Gil. We got your back over here in Orange County. Hey, we got your back.
Thank you, my man. Hey, we're gonna be doing I was talking to the homies from Van Nuys on Monday. We're doing we're out there cruising. We're gonna definitely do a handball tournament. So I want to get the guys from Orange County out here too. It'll be maybe like around the November time. So we got a few months, many months, but you know how quick it goes. So just put that in the back of your mind, man. Orange County, I want you guys to come through.
Hey, man, let me know. I'm King of Kings Cuts. I always leave messages, leave comments on shit. I know you're a polarizing figure now. That's what I'm gonna call you. You're along the lines of the Joe Rogans of people may not like what you say, but you know what? The truth hurts.
Yes, sir.
So this is what it is. And you know what? You're speaking facts. You ain't speaking bullshit. It's speaking facts, and you're opening up people's ears and eyes to let's talk about it. Let's get some dialect going. So yeah, I'm from Orange County. I got we're right here, and let me know. Yeah, man, I'm down for whatever. You guys need any charity work? I've done it with the free haircuts and shit. So I'm down, man. But yeah, I'll shoot you a message, Bill.
Perfect. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, my man.
All right, buddy. Have a good.
All right. Numbers up there, people you want to call. 818-538-9330. 818-538-9330. Yeah, Skip didn't seem to me like he apologized whatsoever. What I got from him, he was just rambling that his boss called him and told him that, he should really check his tweet, that it didn't come off the right way. And I never heard him actually say, listen, the tweet was taken the wrong way. I meant I was calling out the NFL. Are they going to sit there and be greedy? No, he never said none of that. His co-host, Shannon, never showed up for work. So obviously there's something going on, and we'll see if Skip can survive this. All right, let's see. We got Idaho calling. What's going on, my man? Talk to us.
Hey, what's going on, American Cholo?
Oh, we're over here getting the Skip conversation going. What's your take on it?
Oh, you know what, man? I actually agree with the guy that just called you, man, and how he said about the fantasy picks.
Yep.
I'm on the championship round, so I actually needed Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen to give me 20 points so I can win my money. But, man, I'm up for it, man. That game was canceled, man. His health is actually more important than anything else,
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, there's a guy right now in the comment section I just highlighted, Enrique. He said, hey, dude broke his neck in the 70s and the show kept going on. Yeah, but that's the 70s, man. Do we not evolve? That's like saying, we used to kill each other in the streets in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, so we should keep doing it today. No, we should evolve as people. And that type of injury can cause this guy his life. And it happened right there. Are we going to continue just for the love of the sport, or the show must go on? I don't think the show goes on.
No, I love this sport too, man. But it's not even like that, man. The kid's 24 years old, man, and you know, shit, man. He has his whole life ahead of him, and with this injury, man, like, yeah, I won this, and I could have win, like, I could win some big money, and I'm pretty sure I will. But man, I could do the weight, man. Just
Right.
just so he can get better, man.
I mean, the NFL, what
Like,
a lot of people also may not understand is the NFL is walking a fine line because after all these years of a lot of players committing suicide, kind of like how you got in WWE from steroids and from all the hits, they're walking a fine line where if this keeps going in that route, they can be shut down because eventually it'll almost be a sport like the gladiator days where people are dying.
yeah, exactly. Like, I'll take that weight, man. Like, you know what? The game's gonna go on, but man, imagine how his parents feel, man.
Yeah, that's
like,
horrible.
Imagine losing a kid. Yeah, man, that's horrible. I'll take the weight, man. Like, I could win this fantasy pick just from these two guys going on, but I'd rather wait, man, just so I can see another life, keep going forward,
Yeah, that game, if it would have kept going on, it wouldn't have been the same game at all whatsoever. These guys' minds would not have been in the game. A lot of the fans would have been like, what's going on? And then you got the family members would have been like, really, man? Like, these guys are that insensitive? They'd rather just keep the money going? No, I think the NFL did the right thing. And I think even if the NFL wanted to play, I think some of the coaches would have been like, no, we're not playing.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, man, I'm not trying to be racial, and I apologize if I do, but I'm pretty sure, man, if that player was white, man, they would have stopped the game right away, no question.
Imagine if that was Tom Brady.
Exactly. No, fuck no, man. They would have just stopped the game, and they're like, nope, this game ain't gonna go on, no question asked. It's gonna get stopped automatically. But
I believe if it was Tom Brady, Skip would have started making all kind of tweets about prayers to Tom. We love you. You're the greatest. La la la. He wouldn't have even said nothing close to what he said.
No, exactly, man. I'm right there with you.
All right, but hey, man, I appreciate the phone call and the feedback, huh?
No, yeah, man. Hey, thanks for taking my call, man.
Absolutely, man. Anytime. You have a great night. All right, guys, you guys keep calling in here. I figured out a way to stop this call waiting thing. I actually like it. Let's see what else you guys got. There we go. Here we go. Keep them coming. Mr. Steve Fernandez, what say you?
Yeah, I have a question. The same similar thing happened. I don't know if you recall this, but in 2018, I believe, with this player from Denmark who also collapsed on the field. But the game did continue. Would you consider that the same, being that in a World Cup stage, it's much bigger, but the game still continues?
Are you talking about?
He probably had that type of mindset.
Were you talking about soccer or football?
Soccer. But same situation.
But was it from a hit or was him just running? He collapsed.
No, he had a cardiac arrest.
I do remember that. I think there's a little bit of a difference there. I believe if it was like where the guy had a cardiac arrest, which I remember, and it wasn't from an actual blow of somebody hitting him, I think, yeah, you can have the game go on because it wasn't something that violently happened. I mean, it's still the same thing, but it's a little bit different because it's not another player doing it. I also believe if that was the Super Bowl, I think the game would have gone on. And I think then they kind of would have had a more of a reason to say, man, this is the Super Bowl. By this time you have billions invested into this thing. This was an important game, but it wasn't a game where you say, hey, man, this is the Super Bowl. You can't just throw the Super Bowl again next Sunday like they would for this game or 2 weeks from now, right? It's too many moving parts. So if it was a Super Bowl, I can then somewhat see the game going on, but I think the problem is not so much that. The problem is like what Skip is sitting here texting and making it seem like, there's bigger than the game. Is like, come on, man. There's a time and place, and this was just not the time and place to say that.
Exactly. And I'm speaking as a former player. I played football all my life until college, and I can say what he said. He doesn't understand. He's never been inside a locker room, especially in football, so I can testify to that. So what he said was completely wrong.
For sure.
Speaking as a former player.
For sure. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate the phone call.
Thank you.
All right, so we got this Gil, someone gets hurt on a construction job. They're gonna stop work because someone dies. They want production. I hate to break the news to you. If someone gets hurt on a construction job, yeah, that job is shut down, oh boy. That job is not gonna continue for that day. It's not gonna continue. I don't know what construction site you work on, Phil, but that construction site is shut down, homie. OSHA is shutting that bad boy down. And Phil said, nah. They want production. My coworker down on a project, he was fixing the asphalt machine. I don't know what company you work for, carnal. Company I work for, somebody dies in that job, I can guarantee you nobody's gonna continue working that day, oh boy. You better find a better company, carnal. That seems kind of shady to me, Phil. But that's just me. Mm-hmm. We got calling in. Julio G, calling from Texas.
No, Tecate, Baja California, Mexico.
Ándale, cabrón, from Baja California. What's going on, my man?
That's right, man. Yeah, just want to get my thoughts on on that skip.
Yeah, shoot.
Skip Bayless thing. Yeah. To be honest, man, yeah, it sucks that he got injured. That shit happened to him. It sucks. I know. I used to play football back in the days, and I got injured too, but it wasn't anything like that.
Right.
But it's okay that they canceled the game. I don't know if you've seen that movie Will Smith, The Concussion. They say it's, I'm not sure, but they say it's based on a true story. That shit could happen with the Bills safety. They could cancel it like the other guy that called in said. Maybe they could shut the NFL down.
Right. Yeah.
But it's the NFL is like a big mafia. There's a lot of money involved, a lot of people involved in that. They're not gonna do that just for one person. To be honest, I don't really blame it on anyone, but the what's it called, the strength and conditioning staff.
Well, I think it was a freak accident. What it was something that even the condition. The guy's in great health. He's 24 years old. He's at his prime of his career. Yeah. So I think it was just an absolutely freak accident that happened. Because if you look at the initial hit, you kind of think, nothing really happened. But then once the doctors start really getting into it, like obviously it was something that just isn't normal to happen all the time. But it just it was a freak accident that hopefully doesn't cost this guy's life.
Yeah, well, what they should do, like they did with the helmet. With the concussion and all,
right.
Like they put more stuff inside of them. I'm not really sure what they put inside of the helmet, but maybe with the shoulder pads, maybe do something.
Yeah, but you look at the hit. It didn't seem like. Yeah. It just, I mean,
it wasn't that hard.
Yeah, that I mean, I'm sure if it was one of us, we'd be hurting. But for a football hit, it just didn't seem like it was that hard of a hit. So I don't know if more pads would have really helped, or if it's gonna hinder those guys from running around. I mean, there's only so much protection they can get at. You're gonna get some injuries. That's just it's gonna happen. But to have somebody go into cardiac arrest, that's rough.
Oh yeah. Well, like they say, it's a contact sport, but
yes.
Yeah, I mean. You never know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know if you saw the game, I think, what was it, last week? Chargers versus...
the Rams?
Shit. No, not the Rams. The one before that.
Yeah, I know the Chargers lost.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They won the last 4 games.
Oh, have they really? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was against the Colts. Yeah, that's right. It was the wide receiver. Forgot his name. But yeah, they're winning James number 3 from the Chargers.
Right.
He got a concussion too, but that was a hard hit, and actually they threw him off the game because
that's right.
Because they said it was a baby hit. But I mean, like I said, it didn't seem that hard of a hit. But the one from the Chargers, that one was that one even hurt me when that dude from the Chargers.
Well, have you ever seen that HBO special? They had a couple of specials where they show the injuries a lot of these players have later on in life with their brain injuries, like Isaiah Thomas and all that, so they commit suicide, and like how that movie with Will Smith that he played the doctor on it.
Yeah.
And it's showing all the hits.
Concussion.
Yeah. A lot of football players won't let their own kids play football.
Yeah. because they know what goes on in the game.
Yeah.
It's that movie. It was about, I think it was the Steelers. So there was like 3 or 4
right.
Steelers players that, they had something going on with their brains.
Yeah, their brains.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Hey, I appreciate the phone call, huh?
All right, yo. Hey, across to you, man. Where's Boo Boo at?
Boo Boo will be back Thursday, homo. His beard taking him out somewhere, carnal. He'll be back Thursday. We got an interview on Thursday. All right,
man.
Yeah.
Tune in on Thursday, man.
You got it, homeboy. Thank you. All right, bye. All right, another good one. Hit Hard Inc. Look at that. 17 months of members. Saludos, Gil. Happy New Year, carnal. 2023, our year. Cali Max run the YouTube yarda ese. You know what it is. Where's my fucking shots at? There you go, homie. Man. Don't be messing with us, homie. We got this. Oh, man. Gil, if it was Brady, the Super Bowl would have gotten pushed back to August if need be. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you know what, Blackjack? That very well may be. I could see that. I could see it. If that was Tom Brady that would have got hurt like that, Skip would have never made that comment, because that's Skip's lover boy, hidden secret, the greatest of all, which he is, but that's not going to be the argument here or there. But if it was Tom Brady, I can guarantee you it'd be a much different picture, and Skip would have never even came out and said nothing stupid like that. But that's what Skip does, man. Skip is the sports troll. Let me see what we got in here, man, in the comment section. You guys want to call up? The number is up on the screen. Ulysses, got to catch it live. Gil, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for that membership, man. Sunday is the truth. See what happened to Aaron Hernandez. He had to serve damage. Yeah, that's what happens to a lot of these guys. See what happened to Aaron Hernandez. He had severe damage to his brain. A lot of these guys do it because, that's like taking a hit and being in a car accident every week, man. They're just getting hit. And some people will sit there and just say they don't care, that, that's what they get paid for. And that may be the case until that's, one of your kids sitting there with sitting in the hospital room in critical condition. Then you're going to think twice, man. Let's see what we got in the house, man. All right, call the number 818-538-93. Oh, I got to turn it on. That's the problem there. There we go. See what else you guys are talking about here. Yeah, we got this one. We got the Tate brothers in jail. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff. And I think the Tate brothers, I don't see those guys being millionaires, being as popular as they are, and sex trafficking. Come on, man. It's like when you start telling the truth, and the powers that be don't like it, they're going to come out and try to do something to you, man. Let's see. He said, damn, I forgot to check in with Booba's beard, homie. Hey, carnal, you got to make sure to check in with the beard, homeboy. That's the beard who runs the YouTube yarda around this bitch. Shit. Let's see what we got in here, man. It is, yeah. Some people, it is what it is, homie. But, we talking about it. Some people, what are you talking about, Gil? Because it's a conversation to have, man. It's a conversation, you have while you're having a couple beers with your boys, even if you don't drink, while you're sitting at the barbecue. Did you see that? So, yeah, man. You know the risk. If you play American Calumet football, you should already know the risk with the injuries. Mr. Kilo G, that's very insensitive. That's kind of like saying a boxer goes in the ring, a boxer gets killed. Oh, he knows? No, man. It's called sportsmanship. You don't just sit there and say, oh, well, he knew what it was. A sheriff just got killed in Riverside. Rest in peace to that sheriff a few days ago or within the last week. Does he know what the dangers are? Do we just sit there and say, well, you knew it was dangerous? Somebody that you may know that's been killed by another gang member, do we just sit there and say, well, he knew it was dangerous, your homie's dead, sorry about his luck? No, carnal, you got to have a little compassion, homeboy. Have a little compassion for 2023, player. Skip needs to be suspended, just like Screaming Stephen A. Smith was. Oh, did they suspend him too? Yeah. You can't say anything about the little cap people because they'll suspend you with the quickness. But if you say something like this, they don't care, man. That's just this is what it is. Yeah, but when his beard on a date, homeboy, that's what runs him. He's got a little robot guy in there, man. Yeah. Say, hey, how you doing this evening? We're doing pretty good, man. We're doing pretty good. We're having a couple conversations and phone calls about Skip and his his stuff he's talking about, the game should go on or whatnot. Some people try to, I want to get somebody in here who thinks that Skip was right and saying what he's saying, but I haven't. I see in the comment section, people bang all the time. People will sit there and say all kind of stuff, but when it comes down to the real thing, not so much, carnal, not so much, which is kind of funny, but that's just what it is. You get a lot of trolls in the comment section, but not Let me see. Edgar asked if you had an Edgar haircut. UFC fighters should use headgear. I don't know about that. I think the gloves, but I think if eventually you started having some deaths in there with the UFC, it's like anything else in life, right? Like I grew up as a kid. You can go in the back of a truck, and well, I'm sure in other states you could still do that. But in California, we'd be back there drinking beer. You'd have, I have 8 people in the back of a truck all packed up. You go to Hollywood. It was no big deal. But as more and more accidents happen, people, the cars start getting into accidents. People start falling out. People start dying out. Then they start adding more rules. It's just like the motorcycles out here in California. Same thing. People start getting into accidents. They start saying you have to wear a helmet. So it's just like that. If you start getting more and more of these injuries, they're gonna add more padding. In UFC, they'll add headgear eventually. And maybe eventually some of this stuff will start going away. And I could see it not in like 10 years, but I could see in 20 years the way that America's going, that eventually they can start phasing out some of these sports. Not that I'm saying that's what I would want, but I could definitely see that eventually. People say, "Oh, this is too brutal. You can't have these sports anymore." Heck, I think they got rid of where did they get? Was it Spain? Was it Mexico? I think it was Spain. They started getting rid of the bullfights where they kill the bulls. I believe. I may be wrong. Hey, Gil, did you take the vaccine? That is between you and I. And if you really followed me, Ariel, you would know, homeboy. You would know. The Tate brothers are already out. Yeah, I'm sure they're out. Yeah, but are they out on bail, or are they out with no charges? Let's see what we got. Danny, what's good?
Hey, I just wanted to ask you if you knew what's going on about Airbnb. Like, there's new regulations.
I haven't heard. Maybe some of the party stuff's gone because a lot of people are using the Airbnbs to throw big parties, like in Hollywood and Beverly Hills. That's the only thing I could think of that changed an Airbnb.
Or what I heard too is like if somebody owns too many of them, that they're gonna change the rules on that too.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, and that's rightfully so, because then that's what's happening is probably you got big investors or big real estate companies is buying the property so they could start renting them out. I could see that.
Oh, okay.
And I think that would be.
Yeah,
I think that would be unfair. I know another rule that changed in California is this is California. No more jaywalking is not a crime. Loitering is not a crime. So pretty much this is becoming the free for all. Anything that the homeless do out there going crazy is not a crime, man.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to change it up a little bit because change it up about Airbnb, just because you talk about everything. That's why I called and asked you. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure. Yeah, but I could see that happening with the Airbnbs because, like I said, all these companies are buying out the properties and they're gonna just. It's almost like they're buying hotels, but they're buying a bunch of houses so they can Airbnb, and I'm sure they put them in areas like, Mammoth, Big Bear, maybe Vegas. A bunch of areas that have a lot of tourists going to them. So yeah, I would think the Airbnb would be specific to actual homeowners, not companies.
Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to ask you, bro. I'll call back if you have another live on Thursday, bro. Have a good one.
Hey, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Yeah, we will have a live on Thursday. What time is it? It's all right. It's already 7:06. Tomorrow, I don't think I'm working, homie. It's rainy day. It's rainy day. I'm about to say that somebody died in his job site. They kept working. Man, homie, I don't know what fucking Holly you work at, carnal, but that's man. Yeah, we know. The Chargers blew out the Rams 31-10. Listen, but we got a chip. People try to sit there and clown my Rams and be like, hey. It's all right, homie. I'm okay. The Rams put all that money into it so they could win a championship, and they won the championship, man. So we're in the rebuilding stages, carnal, but we got the chip, homeboy. Let's see who else gets one. Some teams will go forever without getting one, so I'll take it. Ariel Colon, talk about the vaccine killing people, bro. I don't know, homeboy. It may not. It's like Trump said, it may be good, it may be bigger, make it smaller. I don't know. We'll see. How about professional boxers don't use headgear? Yeah, they don't use headgear, Chucky. Chucky, man, you need to go on a diet. 40 told you, carnal. Chucky 805, homie. Boxers do not use headgear, but they also have some huge, massive gloves compared to the gloves in UFC. Or I believe they're much bigger. Little Art, what's happening?
I overheard you said that you'll be interviewing somebody on Thursday. Can we get some information on that?
Yeah, we're gonna be interviewing Prime. Prime is a photographer, producer. He's the guy that does most of Conejo's videos. He's the guy that actually filmed the interview that I did with Conejo. He's got a gang history, but he wants to talk more about his his what he's doing now in his journey as a director of videos and photography and all that stuff. So it'll be Prime. You can find him on IG as Prime, I think Prime God 187 or something like that. But
my next question.
Yeah, go ahead. He's helping me for South Central.
And my next question is, I also seen some of your interviews that you also spoke about interviewing Gotos.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes.
When should we be expecting that interview?
It should be this month, man. It should be this month, next month at the very latest, I would say. But it should be this month sometime. I'll hit up Gotos. Me and him, we chop it up like every 2 weeks or something. So he's just been real busy, but I'm hoping it would be this month. If not, at the very, very latest, it'll be next month, and that should be a dope ass interview.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Gil.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Bye. Yeah, somebody get a Toes, homie. What's up, Toes? Just ready to come in, carnal. See what you got. So they got to play professional flag football now. No, not necessarily, but hey, all things come to an end, my boy. All things come to an end. And like I said, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. But the way you're seeing this more and more, the NFL now is more about protecting the players, and there's nothing wrong with that. Look how much the NFL protects the quarterbacks now. The quarterbacks, you can't even touch them really. It's got to be something that's quick and done. So it's changing. The same thing goes for the kickers. You can't touch those guys. Before, listen, 70s, 80s, 90s, especially like in the 70s, they were brutal. But those guys, especially the older players, man, they got such injuries, and their healthcare programs weren't that great. At least now these guys are making much more money, as they should. But you got some of these older players, man, that they're in rough shape because they were beating each other to hell. And I think you can still have a pretty exciting game without having people get really injured as much. Because before, I know we would celebrate. I don't know if necessarily stuff like this, but we would definitely celebrate when somebody else got hurt and somebody got cracked. If somebody got cracked and like KO'd without having to go, we'd be like, yeah, fool got cracked. Nowadays, people are a little more sensitive to it, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I think we're evolving as people. You know, some people may say, hell no, they want, and those are the same guys that ain't out there playing. Oh, man, Trusty818, what's going on, player? How about the Majestics gathering in Van Nuys Boulevard Thursday, Sunday was off the... Hey, that was excellent. So, yeah, the Majestics were the ones that I think, fair to say, they hosted the event over here in North Hollywood. It was packed, man. You had so many car clubs over there. It was insane. That thing, to me, was better than just about any car show. And I went to a few car shows. Any car show that I've been to lately, better than car shows from back in the 90s, man. That thing was popping. I mean, it felt like a throwback. But the most beautiful part of the car show and the cruising was zero drama, homie. And at both places, there was a heck of a lot of brown people. There was a heck of a lot of black people. We were there intermingling, brown and black, enjoying the culture of lowriding with zero drama. People barbecuing, people having michelada. I mean, it was popping, Trusty. You know that. You were there. It was a great time. And then after that, we shot over to Van Nuys, and they were cruising that mile or 2 mile stretch. The cops were letting us. Heck, I was in the middle divider, parked my car with a bunch of the lowriders there. We're just chilling, had my phone out, having a good time. Cops were not messing with us. Guys are hopping. Guys are three-wheeling. Dude, it was something off of it reminded me of that movie Boys in the Hood. Remember when they're all on Crenshaw and they're deep? The difference was there was no guns out. There was nobody in one single car mad dogging another person. There was all kind of people from all kind of different neighborhoods, from no gangs, from every gang, and not one single person was mad dogging, trying to look for a fight. And we were talking over there, and we're pulled up with the homies from Van Nuys right there. They got their car club, and that's what we were talking about. Like, man, this is beautiful. Look at this, homie. Not one person. We're saying, back in the days, I and a lot of the homies and pretty much every homie around there, we used to go to Whittier, we used to go to Hollywood looking for a fight because we were young and immature and didn't really, ahí vamos a pelear. And what we end up doing, we end up messing up all our rides, getting our rides shot at, getting bricks thrown through our rides. We were destroying our cars because of the hood. Now it's like we go there and now we police our own and we know we're not there. You ain't if somebody was there to bang, I guarantee you everybody would have gone on their ass like, hey fool, we're not here to do that. So it was an absolutely great time, man. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Tristy. And hopefully the next time we bigger and better because I'm definitely going again, man. That was a beautiful thing, homie. That was a great thing. Yeah, Prime will be in the building. SK Mob, carnal. Yeah, Prime's coming through on Thursday, homeboy. We're going to get it in, carnal. He's ready. He's ready for the show. Dun, dun. Yeah, football back then was raw. Football was much rougher, but, so was everything else. So I think it's a little different now. It's a good thing. Who's tapping in? Little Art, what's happening?
I have another question. When will you be? Have you interviewed, or when will you be interviewing any Hispanic athletes? That's a good question.
Any Hispanic athletes?
Yes.
I got a bare knuckle fighter that I was talking to. We just the dates didn't work out. He's a pretty well known guy. I just can't remember his name right now. I've got what is it, Barbosa? I can hit him up again. Same thing. The schedule didn't work out. He's a professional boxer. So I've got a couple guys that'll come through here within the next few months, I'm sure. All I got to do is kind of hit them up. Right now I'm just lining stuff back up because some of those I had them lined up and then their schedule didn't work. So, it's like, all right, I'll give you a few months, do your thing, and then we'll get some more in here. But you know what I'm looking for? I want to talk to some college historians, like professors. I want to talk to some scientists. I want to talk to some other people that are, raza and educated and come in here and, have some pretty good conversation with them about different things in history and life.
That would be interesting. Yes.
Yeah. So for sure there'll be some coming in here within the first quarter of the year. So we'll look forward to those, and then I'm gonna have to look out for some, like I said, some professors out there. I would really have to have some conversations with them.
All right.
My man.
Perfect.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. He said, "Where is this vato at?" No exploding hearts back then. No. Was such a good time. Yeah, it was, dude. Yeah, it was. Lillard said, I never seen Gil on Whittier Boulevard. Nah, fool, because you were running from me, carnal. That's why you didn't see me, fool. Nah, homie. I hit Whittier definitely a few times, but our cruising spot was more Hollywood because Hollywood's right over the hill, carnal. North Hollywood's over here. Hollywood's literally no traffic, 10 minutes away. So we would definitely mostly go to Hollywood. And Hollywood was just people... Especially people who don't know. Well, Hollywood and North Hollywood are two different cities. It's over the hill. It's just two different cities. But Hollywood back in the days, when you go cruising in Hollywood, man, that was gangbang heaven, homeboy. You got White Fence over there. You have MS over there. You had, what else you have? White Fence, MS, you had AP, you had Friends, you had Carnales, you had Rebels, and on and on. You had a lot of different barrios in Hollywood. Nowadays, it's getting smaller and smaller because it's getting gentrified. So, but Hollywood definitely was a place you can get got very quick. I felt like it was back in high school. It was such a good time. Yeah, but the difference back then, Trusty, was the cruising was over. When that started kicking out, that's when, all right, it's time to go. Cruising's over. And that was every cruise in Hollywood. It was either the fight or the gunshots would come out, and then that would be it. I think one of the last times I went there, one of my homies got shot in front of me. I had to take him to the hospital. He got all kind of blood in the back of my Regal. Oh, it was a whole desmadre, homie. So, yeah, Hollywood definitely was something else. Let's see who's calling in. Caller, who's this?
Yo, this is Alex. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure thing, Alex.
Happy
What's
New
going on,
Year.
bud? Happy New Year.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I'm in Van Nuys often, and I'm driving up and down Van Nuys Boulevard, Sepulveda Boulevard. Why are those buildings allowed to be dilapidated for so long and so run down?
Are you talking about ones that are empty or the ones that are actually there that have tenants in them?
I'm talking about, there's empty ones that have just been empty for the longest time, and they're all screwed up. And
Well, a lot of times, like we have the same thing here in North Hollywood. There's the area where they actually had the car show is the same like that, where the UA Theater's at. I don't know if you know where that's at, right?
yeah.
so
I used to go to that one all the time.
That same area is done like that. What happens is you've got developers who've got big money. And when I say big money, I mean big money. That they just sit there, they own those buildings. Sometimes they'll have plans ready for them and they are looking for the right time to start building, or they're looking to hold on to it and sell it. I've actually met with the owner before of I don't know if you know the Sears building in Boyle Heights.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that place is huge, and he's been sitting on that property for years. And I'm talking about they probably, the mortgage on a place like that is probably $1 million a month, something like that. And what they do, is, since let's say they have a bunch of properties, they use that property and they take a loss on that property. So in their taxes, just like Donald Trump, these last few years in taxes, Donald Trump paid nothing in taxes. Because why? Because he took a loss. He shows that I have this property. I'm paying so much money a month into it, but in reality, they probably have a LLC made about it, and he's kind of paying himself out of it. It's a bunch of loopholes, and what they do is they just sit there and wait, and unless like people in the community push up on the city and start saying, hey, man, this property's bringing homeless, bringing this, then the city will start pushing them like, hey, man, you guys got to do something with this property or sell it. But if nobody says anything, they just keep on doing it.
Yeah, those properties up and down Van Nuys, up and down Victory, up and down Sepulveda, those have been dilapidated for years, man. I'm talking like the 80s. So I always thought that people were waiting for an earthquake. Maybe there's a lot of properties like that all around the valley, all around LA. I thought maybe they were waiting for an earthquake. Once an earthquake happens, and then it gets all rebuilt.
And then sometimes you just have slumlords who are just cheap as can be. And in those areas, like I said, people don't complain. So like we had a Ralph's here before in North Hollywood, right here off of Lord Canyon, like right across the street where that North Hollywood shooting happened.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The Ralph, I think it was a Sears, right?
Yeah, it's in that shopping area. Yeah, it used to be a Sears there too, right? So in that area.
Yeah.
So that Ralph's there, my wife and I used to call it the ghetto Ralph's. And the Ralph's in Burbank was a nice Ralph's. You go to Burbank, they remodeled it, they cleaned the floors, they did the whole thing. They made a Starbucks. This Ralph's was a crap hole. You could tell they hadn't remodeled it. They never really kept up with it. They let it go to hell. Why? Because they kind of see the community and say, these people won't complain. These people won't say anything. The parking lot was always dirty. That's what it is. It's up to the community. If the community's not saying anything, it's gonna go like that. Like kind of how you see graffiti all over the walls in many areas. If you call 311, that graffiti will be taken out the next day, just about, maybe 2 days max. But when you see graffiti in an area and it's been there for a week or two, it's because the community just doesn't get involved. So what do? Nobody cleans it, and the city will say, well, we don't know. If you guys don't call 311, let us know, hey, there's graffiti here. They'll come quick because they have a lot of money for that. It's up to the community to make phone calls and push any kind of problems you guys have, because if you don't say anything, they're not going to do anything about it. They got other stuff to do.
Right. And in Burbank, say if I was to go to a Burbank City Council, are there people like political action committees, or is there people complaining at the city council meetings, or how? Because I've never seen anybody, or I've never known of anybody to complain in Burbank. Things just get done. I don't know why things just don't get done.
Well, the reason why things don't get done out here is because we're part of Los Angeles. I think if the San Fernando Valley actually separated from LA County and became its own entity, we have enough money here to clean our streets up. We have enough money to enforce our laws, because what's going on in the San Fernando Valley is we're going off of Los Angeles laws, which means pretty much you can't do anything about the homeless. You can't do anything about people loitering. Now they took jaywalking off. So they're also not enforcing any of their like how the laws are, $1,000 or more you have to do to be a felony in shoplifting. Burbank doesn't go by those laws. Burbank has their own rules and regulations, and that's why they're so clean. You go to Burbank, I mean, you can tell right away when you're driving from North Hollywood to Burbank the difference in quality of life. And it's because
definitely.
Yeah, it's because we're part of the LA system, and the LA system's broken because the LA system is just a big old system of money, funneling money, and just not solving any problems, because they really not. They're just putting a band-aid on the problem. I'll be back next week to put another one, and that's what they're doing. But you can see how the cities are becoming.
Yeah, if you drive down Burbank Boulevard, from anything east of, I'd say, Vineland is pretty nice. Anything west of Vineland is all jacked up. And like you're saying, I think I've heard a couple of years, maybe like 10 years ago, the Valley was trying to separate from LA, but
Yes.
that one failed, and another one even failed. Rent control even failed about 2 years ago.
Yep.
And these things don't get brought up again. It seems like once they're voted no, then
it was Prop 10. I was all for it, and I'm a homeowner, and I was all for it. But what they do all the time, developers, they hustle people. They push if you own a home, how are you going to let the city tell you how much you could rent it for? If you own this, if you ever own an apartment, how much? And I can see that for like somebody who has a bungalows or something that's just a private homeowner who has, a back house. Okay, I can see that. But when you have these apartment buildings now that each one bedroom is $2,000, people can't afford to live there. But that's because people don't pay attention to the real bills, and they just kind of they don't want to get involved. But when they don't get involved, that's when a lot of politicians and greedy developers love it, because that's when they can take advantage of the people. And people voted against their own interests, which was there should be some type of rent control for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this happens in a lot of Latino
communities,
cities all around LA, sadly. And I don't know what we could do about it besides vote and organize, some sort of political action committee or something. I don't know what the answer is, but it's been like this for years. And
that's what we're trying to do here.
Our kids have to walk around in the cities. These tough guys are out here rough and tough with the macho guys, but man, I think the toughest people walking around the cities are the grandmas and the kids. They have to walk around these buildings and have to walk around, man, it's tough out here for some of these people.
Yeah. And like I said, until we actually get involved, because we are the majority in California, but we don't use our numbers. We separate too easily, and we'll vote down a certain party line without ever questioning that party. And we have to change that. Because we can't continue to go down this route, because this route what it's doing is making a system where our kids cannot afford to live in the same neighborhoods that we grew up in. Our neighborhoods are being cleaned up, which is a great thing in some parts, but our kids can't afford to live here, and our grandkids sure in the heck ain't gonna be able to afford to live where we live, because they're gonna get pushed out to the high deserts and all that stuff.
Yeah, I see it happening, but I was also wondering, do you notice that your channel is getting shadow banned? Because we have 5 million Latinos in LA alone. We have about 50 million in the country, and I don't know, man. I thought, more people should know about your channel. Or were you getting any love out there at the shows this weekend?
Oh, yes. No, listen, man. Everywhere I go, thank God for the people. Yes, dude. Nothing but love. Everybody that I ran into that knew me was like, man, Gil, keep it up. Appreciate you. Had somebody from San Diego. Had a few other people. And it's dope. But I know for sure on IG, we're definitely shadow banned. You can't really find it, and I'm sure YouTube's doing the same thing. I'm sure it's not being recommended as much, but I think eventually the dam will break, because most Latinos in one shape or another, think the way we do, and I think it's just nobody's really brought that conversation to the table. And the more people hear about the channel and hear what we're doing, they kind of say, "Wow, dude, this is great." And I've spoken to some very well-known people in the political world in Los Angeles. I won't say any names, right? And
Yeah.
I had a conversation with a gentleman maybe about a week or two ago. This guy's very well known, and he's a Latino guy, and he's telling me, Gil, I just wanted you to know that I'm watching, dude. We're watching. We're just behind the scenes. We're watching, and we really appreciate what you're doing. We really see what you're doing, and nobody's doing it. And that to me was like more fuel to the fire. Like, wow, these guys are watching. So I think it's only a matter of time before the dam breaks, and we'll get our message across, and eventually we'll be a political power where they can't just sit there and ignore us, and hopefully the channel will bring more light to our issues.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, I was looking on the channel, and when I go to videos, like I use my phone to look at the channel. When I go to videos, I don't see like the latest videos. I just see like small clips or just like everything. There's a lot of stuff missing. It's very easy to go on recent videos, but when you go to recent videos with other channels, it's very organized. You can see all the latest videos, but with yours, it's just different. And I was wondering if they were messing with your channel.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll check into how the playlist is looking, but usually you can just hit videos, and those new videos should pop up, and the other ones should be shorts. But like I said,
Yeah,
it's a little funky, but I'm not getting discouraged. I know we're doing the right thing, and eventually everything will come out. And I like I said, I do believe the dam will break for us, and we'll get out there on a national level.
yes, sir. Hey, Gil, I just wanted to also thank you for everything you do for our community, and thank you for being one of the voices out here for the Latino people.
For
I
sure.
think you're going to inspire a lot of us to start speaking up and getting at being more
Perfect.
involved
Thank you so
in
much.
politics.
Appreciate the
All
phone
right.
call, my man. All right. Bye bye.
Happy New Year, and
Happy New Year,
thank
bud.
you.
All right. Bye bye. Da-da. Somebody who's fighting with the widows. Who's fighting with the widows? Not all us whites are the same. Find a new narrative. I don't know who's messing with you over here, but nah. You can't sit there and just say everybody's the same, because we don't like to get a stereotype. I believe the word. Uh, yeah, the Valley tried to secede from LA City, but LA needs the Valley money. If the Valley was its own city, it would be the fifth largest city. So look, yeah, it's definitely true. It's definitely true. They don't. What was that? They don't want us to leave, man. We got Idaho in the building. Caller, what's the name?
Hey, what's up, man?
How we doing?
What's mental?
What's going on, brother? Talk to
Doing
us.
good, man. Hey, I just wanted to know, man, when are you gonna get King Little G on your chat?
You know what? I got his number. I hadn't hit him up. I will hit him up. You know what? Tomorrow's a good day. Let me see if he answers me, Carnal. I will hit him up. He had already agreed, but a lot of people agree. But this is how it works. You get the agreement from them, right? From them, I mean certain artists, and you might not get them on for a year or two. That's just the way it works, homeboy. Like, I mean, just to be honest with you. And the thing is, it's patience. It's patience. It's not really. That's why I don't hit them up as much. I don't hit like a lot of guys who have said yes, and then it just kind of fizzled away. I'll wait a few months, hit them up again. They'll kind of say yes again, and then all right, we'll set it up. And then it's kind of like fishing, homeboy. You go and you kind of throw the reel out there, and you see the fish coming, then it goes away, and you throw it again. But you see he's interested. But I'm for sure he'll come on here pretty soon, my man.
Hell yeah, man. I'm hoping for that one, man.
Yeah, for sure. But also, anybody wants to see like King Lil G, anybody. Listen, I don't know if you have Instagram. All you guys got to do, this is how you guys help. You guys go on there and just hit him up on IG. Like anytime he posts something, hey man, and tag me. Hey man, when are you gonna go on the Real American Cholo? Hey, when are you gonna go on the Real American Cholo? That way, eventually they'll be like, my fans want me to go on the Real American Cholo. So that way he gives his fans what he wants, and he'll know that his fans want to see him come on the show. And I think that's the way you guys can help make it come sooner.
No, hell yeah, man. I'm a big fan of both of you guys, so.
Dope. Thank you,
Shit,
man.
that interview is gonna be fucking killer, man.
Oh, I'm sure,
That's what I'm
homie.
waiting for,
I'm
too,
sure. No, but I have his phone number, his actual phone number, so I'll tap in with him. Tomorrow is actually a good time. It's a new year, and I'll tap in with him and see if we can schedule something up.
No, hell yeah, man.
Hey,
Well, take it easy, man.
Appreciate the support. Happy New Year, my man. Right on. All right. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, Burbank PD don't play. No, they don't, homeboy. They don't, man. I don't know. I never got arrested in Downey, so I couldn't tell you. But which was cleaner? I don't know. I think Burbank might be cleaner, though. No, Colorado. Isaiah, what say you, my friend?
What's happening, Gil?
Oh, we're here getting it in.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna say whether the game should have gone on or should have gone on or shouldn't have gone on. But
Okay.
there is a author that was talking today. His channel is Modern Renaissance Man, and he was saying that it possibly could have something to do with the booster shot.
I heard
So
something about that. So go ahead.
so yeah, he was breaking it down, and I guess that dude's doctor posted something about he got his booster shot, he passed his physical, and then out of nowhere today, that message on Twitter or wherever it was got deleted right away. So the thing is, too, do you think that some of these medicines that they're giving these players have an issue to do have something to do with why players are falling left and right. Because yes, we've had issues in the past with players that have gotten injured really bad, but also with these new modern medicines too, and with the CDC and all these other places getting super powerful. Do you think that they're trying to hide something up?
I
So,
th-
for instance, if it was the Pfizer booster shot that did it, and they're hiding it, I mean,
I th-
should we not
no.
rule it out?
No,
What do
yeah,
you think?
I think we'd be fools to rule it out that quick. I think that would not be fair to anybody just to rule it out that quick because you got a young guy who's 24 years old, prime of his career, prime of his health, and to have a heart attack after a hit like that, where the NFL has been around for what, like 50 years or something, maybe more, right? And
Yeah.
no injury like that has ever happened. I think to rule it out just off the top would be wrong on all levels. I okay, when it comes to the boosters and all that, there has to be some side effects. I've said this before. Anytime you see a commercial by the federal law, they have to give you all the side effects. And what do? They run down a thing like that guy who used to say the muscle card machine commercial. And you can get this, you can get this, you can get this, you can get this, you can get blood here, and these are all the side effects. They have to say, and then they say like maybe 100 in like 35 seconds, right? When it comes to the boosters and all that, they don't tell you any side effects. There has to be side effects. There has to be. So could this be it? Yeah, it could. I'm not saying it is. I'm not gonna jump down that rabbit hole yet. But am I gonna say it's not? No, absolutely not. It could definitely be something like that. Why not?
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but to me personally, I feel like no, that hasn't happened in the game, but I mean, we know that injuries can occur. We
Yeah,
know that for a fact.
for
So,
sure.
but I just wanted to throw that out there, Gil, and I just want to say, love your channel, bro,
Thank
and
you.
keep doing what you do.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate the phone call, man. That was dope. All right, let me see. Ubu's beard keeps this platform alive. Yeah, it does, homie. Gil, are you a Republican? No, I am not. I am in the middle, homie. I am in the middle, and I take shots on both sides, carnal, because I believe once you pick a political party, then you become part of the gang. Then all of a sudden, you can't think for yourself. Somebody asked me about where I got the sign at. Here, let me show you the sign real quick. Let me show you the sign. Go. That is. You know what? I got it made. That was they had these. I got it made at the car show. There was a guy with a booth there. He made it like in 15, 20 minutes, man. He had those. He had like freeway signs, city signs, whatever you wanted. Those look dope, man. That's where I got it. Don't think I took it over to just take pictures with it. I bought it over there. When people were asking for pictures, I said, "Oh, perfect, man. I'll hold the sign while we're taking the picture." So hopefully that answers your question there, bud. All right, let's see what else we got. Comments going on. What time is it? All right, it's about that time. It's about that time. Okay, so yes, I am nuts. A lot of rappers die and they should cancel rap. No more music. No. Completely different conversation, Chucky. Completely different conversation. Maybe we separate politically because we are the exception of left and right choice. We are diverse ourselves and constrained to labels as to the dull concept in America, such as left or right wing, or white and black. Yeah, I agree, man. We should not do it. Let's talk about Capone El Jefe, I'd catch a flight to Gil. Lots to talk about. You got my number, homie. We can always get it in, Carnal. We can always get it in. How you doing, my man? Hope all is well. King Lil G. The other day, I just noticed you were in the music video with King Lil G and Bozo's Blue Rag video. Yeah, we got invited over there. It was dope, man. A bunch of homies from all kind of different neighborhoods, coming together, which that's what it's about. A lot of people say, oh, you over there at a gang. Come on, homie. Half of my homies are fucking, not even half, most of my homies. Likes. Ay. Lillard Gil said he likes to be in the middle. Yeah, your tia's way. Nah, I'm playing, homie. Relax, carnal. Norwalk is in the building. I told you, Lillard, your tia, fool. Hey, Chucky, the sign, that's cool. Yeah, man, they had all kind of signs over there. It was good, man. Get a sign. It's good. No, I'm not getting a sign from Knott's Berry Farm, carnal. I haven't been at Knott's Berry Farm like in 30 years, carnal. Rockin' Chicano at the car show. That's right. Dude, that car show was dope. I don't know if you went over there. That car show was dope, man. It was, I went to the one over in, was it the Long Beach Convention Center? They had a super show there. I enjoyed this one much more, man. It was out in the open. It was free, which was cool. Parking was cool. Everything worked out real nice. Shout out to Pastor Ray for letting me park in his parking space over there. Victory Outreach. What do you think about the Freemasons? I don't think about them too much, homeboy. I haven't really gone down that rabbit hole as much. The show must go on. On all Airbnb. Relax, Nate. Let me guess. All the white men, all the Airbnbs. Nah, Nate. It's all the Asians, carnal. You better find out. They're America's being sold to the Chinese, carnal. Most of the stuff over here we don't even own, so it got nothing to do with the Wedos, playboy. All right, so we're about to get out of here. Gil, talk about cannabis legalization. I think cannabis legalization is a great thing. I think it's gonna make a lot of more tax revenue. The only thing I have an issue with the weed is that it seems like younger people, they smoke weed like it's almost heroin, dude. They want to smoke like 2-3 blunts every few minutes, and it's like, homie, all you need is a couple tokes off the joint and you'll be all right. But no, I don't know. Nowadays it seems like young people, if they want to always have a joint in their hand, especially like when you see like certain people go on lives and certain interviews when they're young, I think they think it's like, I want to show that I'm super cool, so I got to sit here and smoke weed all day, every day. And that's a lot of the hip hop community influence, but nah, man, you don't need to smoke that much, carnal. What about drunk driving? If you're driving drunk, you're a jackass, homie. There's Ubers nowadays. I'd rather pay $20 or $30 for the Uber than get a $10,000 drunk driving, carnal. I'm cool with that. Nah, homie, I don't check in with Swifty, carnal. I got fucking Boo-Boo's beer to check in, carnal. He's a big homie. Oh, yep. Rockin' Chicano is a sign guy. Thanks. Oh, there you go. So that's who that was, huh? I've heard of Rockin' Chicano. That was a sign guy? All right. Yeah, that was dope, man. Great service. Sign looks real cool. I'm going to hang it up above the door here tomorrow, and hope to see the guy again. I want to buy some more. What do you think the NFL should do with this week's games? Well, the games are going to go on. The games got to go on, the other games, right? But they're going to have to reschedule it, or I think it might be where they're going to play out a lot of the games. If that game is going to matter, whether one team wins or loses to be in the playoffs or anything like that, then they'll replay it. I think if the games end up going where it doesn't really matter, I think they might actually sit there and say, you know what, we're going to avoid that game and call it a day. Yeah, E-Zone smokes 16 joints a day. Yeah. E-Zone's all right, but E-Zone needs to get off them balloons. I mean, what E-Zone, I told him. Come on, player. You're smarter than that, carnal. Adrian, thank you for that $2 super chat. Let's see what we got in the building. What's up, Edgar?
I have a question, Gil. Would you ever consider interviewing a fan?
A fan?
Yeah, a fan of yours.
You know what? What I want to do this year is I want to eventually do like kind of like a meet and greet, but do a podcast there. I think that's when I would not have a problem with a fan. The only difference is right now we're looking for a place, but to bring a fan to my home without really knowing who it is, it's a little bit sketchy.
Oh, okay,
You know,
gotcha.
but we are gonna find a place in the next few months. But we're also I already got a place that we want to do that. We want to sit there and see if anybody wants to come in, maybe buy $10 ticket or something like that. They come in, they watch us do our podcast. We'll have it'll be a panel. I'll show you guys who the panel is, and then once we have the panel, we'll have a seat open and say, okay, anybody that wants to come in here and talk to us, maybe they'll pay $30 and they'll come in and sit in for a few minutes, something like that, where it's interactive with our community.
Yeah, that would be really interesting, man. Definitely.
Yeah, so that's already in the works.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Good.
For sure. Hey, thanks for supporting, my man.
No problem.
All right, late. Yeah. I think that'd be cool. Skip is the devil, homeboy. Skip is the devil. Skip is something else, homeboy. AFC seating implications. Oh, do you think Illuminati is stronger than God? Nah, I ain't worried about Illuminati, homie. What do you think about them rewriting history? Who's them, homie? Nas, no. Nas, chale, homie. Vatos that like Nas like chorizo, carnal. Vatos that like Nas like chorizo. I'm gonna have the fucking Nas community after me, homeboy. Nah, that Nas shit, come on, carnal. That's destroying your brain, homie. I mean, you might as well smoke some Sherm, playboy. That Nas cannot be good for you, homeboy. There's a lot of lost history. What's the next stock play? I don't know. Right now, I pull my money out of the stocks. All right, people. So I'm gonna start getting out of here. You guys wanna give me your city, your state, wherever you at? Let me know. We'll shout it out. We'll see what we do tomorrow, man. Who's them is a good question, my boy. There you go, homeboy. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. We all know we don't know, homie. So it is what it is, carnal. So let's get it in here with you boys and girls. Longaniza, not chorizo. The Grand Canyon had people living there and had Buddha statues. Really? I don't think I knew that one, homie. I'll look that one up, man. There's the banks. People say dumb shit all the time. He's human, yeah, but he's been working that circuit for too long to be saying some stupid shit like that, man. Ontario is in the building. Arizona is in the building. Colorado Spring. IE's own LA fools. I'm from California, but out here in Colorado. Colton, Ontario, 818. Central American. You know what it is. Homie, North Hollywood. Minneapolis, Derek, what's good, man? You should got your sweatshirt. If not, you probably get it by tomorrow, homie. It's a new logo too, carnal. Appreciate the support all the time, man. This is about us from Boo Boo Town, homie, where the brochas live. The Hollywood locals in the building. Visalia, Tulare, hola guapo, East Whittier. A Chapin from Sonora, Mexico. Así me gusta. I should be a reporter for the soccer team. Y aquí, venido de Sonora, está pegando el gol. Gol. Nah, something like that. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. City of San Diego. Smoke a Steely Dab cartridge, Gil. I don't like the cartridges, homie. I like the all natural. Somebody join, homie. Somebody join. Escondido, California, 760. All right, people. Thank you for tapping in. On Thursday, we have an interview with the homeboy Prime, carnal. Come through. Check it out. It should be another hot one. We're getting it in for this year. And we're about to get out of this place. We'll catch you guys later, man. Peace. God bless.